What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. I have a feeling some of you are probably already getting pretty mad just by looking at this picture, but yes, we are talking about Squirrel Girl and the Ultimus Raid today. Now, I have quite a few T4s on her, and we'll talk about what T4s you're going to want and need for this and what really makes her work in the Ultimus Raid. But so far, from what I've had with my run in Ultimus 7.1, she's pretty good. I use her in the Mon Order team, with Ebony Maw, Thanos, Minerva, Black Bolt, and we used to have Yo-Yo in that other spot, and I swapped her out. I put in Squirrel Girl instead, and I kind of like what Squirrel Girl brings to that team because you have a little bit more reliable offense down. You can apply to the whole enemy's squad. There's healing, there's cleansing. We're just gonna go through all of the kit with Squirrel Girl and what makes her really kind of pretty good for the Ultimus Raid. Now, that's not to say that she's perfect. She still has some flaws, and there is a glitch with her in the Ultimus Raid that I've found so far where she is not entering battles at full health. So that's kind of a problem, and hopefully I've sent it up to Scopely, and hopefully we get a fix for it. But if you are going to be using Squirrel Girl in the Ultimus Raid, you're going to want at least two T4s on her. Number one, you're going to want the T4 on her basic attack, Kick Butts, because this always applies offense down to the enemy with the highest speed bar. Sort of like what Yo-Yo does, but that's at the beginning of every enemy's turn. But with Thanos on your team, Yo-Yo doesn't apply offense down. So Yo-Yo was there for like the synergy with Black Bolt, but now you have reliable offense down with Squirrel Girl here instead. There's healing too, but yeah, this T4, it boosts the damage on the attacks, but the offense down to the enemy with the highest speed bar is pretty important. She's at 120 speed. You'll see some important characters go after her from time to time, and getting offense down on them is a pretty big deal. This is one I definitely like getting the T4 on. And the other T4 you definitely want for Squirrel Girl is Eat Nuts, because this one clears all negative effects from all allies. One of the big problems with some of these teams out here, especially using like Minerva or someone, is heal block can really ruin your day. And if you don't have a reliable way of cleansing that, well, you're kind of in trouble. But with Eat Nuts and this T4, you get that team-wide cleanse, which is big. You also have a lot of Carnages. You have a lot of Doctor Strange. And if you have a lot of negative effects on your team because of those kinds of characters, this is one that just really helps kind of clear the board, helps set things back in your favor. But also, one other thing is that it calls the ally with the highest damage to attack the primary target. Now, for me, this means Black Bolt, which means that if Black Bolt assists, he automatically dispels a buff on the enemy target, which is great for when you're fighting characters that have taunts on them or something else. Like Drax is kind of a problem for me. There's a lot of nodes with like Hydra Armored Guard and Shield Security. If you have those kind of characters that have taunts on them, you can use this, cleanse all the effects from your team, heal them up a little bit, 15% of this character's max health, and then call Black Bolt to assist, which means a dispel on the target. Overall, pretty great. And then Squirrel Army, I don't have the T4 on this, don't need it. It's just to help boost the damage on her ultimate attack. You don't really need this. Attack all enemies 210% damage and apply bleed and offense down. With Ebony Maw and Minerva, there's already a lot of bleed flying around, so now there's more bleed. But that offense down is to the entire enemy squad. If you don't have Ebony Maw, you don't have that offense down, defense up kind of thing going on. But with this, you can use this ultimate right before a bunch of characters about to use their ultimates on the enemy team. And here you go, they have offense down, cuts their damage output by half. That's a pretty big deal. So I definitely like this ultimate ability. You only need to get up to level 6 to get the offense down, so you don't need the T4 on this. And then you have her passive Unbeatable. When a young Avenger ally drops below 50% health, apply defense up and fill this character's speed bar by 30%. Then you get this 20% drain and 20% max health. I'm pretty sure this 20% max health bonus is what's causing the glitch with her and not having full health. I'll have to take another look at it, but I'm pretty sure this is why she is having that problem where if she ends the battle at full health, she's automatically at 80% for the next fight. I'm pretty sure it's because of this passive. Don't have to have the T4 on this, but I will note right now that she counts herself for this. So if she falls below 50% health, she gains the speed bar bonus, she gains the defense up, she gains all that stuff. So you can use this and it will give you the 20% bonus speed bar, but you don't have to have it. It's one that's totally optional, but it's one I definitely recommend. Now, with Squirrel Girl and this team, one of the big drawbacks with her right now is that we only have her at 3 stars. You can see I've got her at 3-3, not very high, and only 140,000 health and putrid amounts of armor, 1100 armor. She is going to take damage. And this is one of the big problems with her right now with the Ultimus Raid, is that it's hard to tell. At higher difficulties, she's not going to work that well because she's just going to get run over, especially on nodes where they can ignore taunt or they go for the squishiest character. She's up there and she's going to get picked on. So if you are doing the higher difficulties of Ultimus Raid, you are not going to have a good time with Squirrel Girl right now. Once her campaign's here in another week, and once we start getting stars on her, she'll get infinitely better. She'll get more health. I mean, look at this, 140,000 health with only 3 stars, 3 on her, and tier 13. I mean, she's gonna get some pretty tanky health once she gets up there. She'll be like Thanos, high health, low armor. So she will be very healthy, and this will also help with her Eat Nuts ability because it's 15% of her max health. So she will get better with that. Now, one of the things I love about her is just this offense down. She just hands out offense down all day, and it's great. The offense down, you can always time it based on when you think the enemy team is going to start launching a bunch of big attacks. If you have Ronin, Ronin is one character that just drives me nuts. Ronin, War Machine, any of these characters that unleash these ultimates that do a ton of damage, this is the perfect time to unleash Squirrel Army because that offense down is really going to help. And then you can also use her Kick Butt's basic. That will only apply offense down to one character, but if you know that it's going to be a character that's about to unleash something, or just because you can, then that offense down again there is very great. Now with the Eat Nuts special here, this is one where you can use it in a couple different situations. The best part for it is when you have a lot of negative effects on your team. You can use Eat Nuts to cleanse all those. It's great. But also, if you're running into a lot of nodes that don't have a lot of characters with negative effects on them, so you don't have characters like Carnage, you don't have Doctor Strange, you don't have Mordo being one of the big ones. If you're just running into a node that just has a lot of enemy characters that don't have a lot of negative effects, Eat Nuts is great here because while it heals up your team and he helps, recover some of the damage that you receive from those characters, you can also use this to call assists, and this is where Black Bolt comes into play, because Black Bolt can dispel from the enemy target when he uses his basic. Use other characters that you think are going to end up having great kinds of synergy with their basic attacks. Symbiote Spider-Man is one character that when you use him, he can attack and apply defense down with his basic attack. I mean, that's a pretty big deal there. So getting defense down with this call to assist, and then that allows you to do more damage. It's another great way. It's another great way to synergize this. I mean, the best part about this is the negative effects, of course, but being able to call characters to assist with this and making sure it's the highest damage target. So you mean your attackers, your blasters, your brawlers, your characters who are made to deal damage are likely going to have the highest damage output for your team anyways. So make sure that you have someone up there who's going to have a lot of damage. So Black Bolt, again, like I said before, Phoenix, if you're using Phoenix for one of her nodes, she's another character that's going to have a ton of damage too. Just go ahead and go crazy, use some characters that have high damage outputs with them. So honestly, at the end of the day, I think you have a decent character here for the Ultimus Raid. The question is going to be if the higher star count on her is going to make her more durable. The problem is in her health and the lack of armor. She's pretty squishy, and that's one of the big issues. And honestly, it's going to be hard to tell right now at only 3 stars with her. We have to get more stars on her, but I think that she has the potential. If she can get more health, maybe get more durable, she's probably gonna be better. But if you're in those higher difficulty levels of Ultimus, the lack of health, the lack of armor right now, definitely not a character you want to invest in. I think that is going to be one of the big drawbacks for her, and we'll see how she does here. Maybe at tier 14 as well, she gets more health and armor too, but right now she's not a tank, so she can get picked on pretty easily. She doesn't really have any kind of survivability beyond Eat Nuts for herself, but the ability to put offense down on the enemy team, really kind of just hurt them with that offense down, really cut down on their damage potential, does make her a possibly good character. And the glitch with her health and the healing and everything, that is definitely a drawback, and hopefully Scopely can get that fixed, because I feel like that's just something with her max health not being calculated correctly. But outside of that, I think we have a solid potential character here, and we'll have to do more testing with her in the future as we get to her campaign. We unlock more stars on her. We'll probably get something better. We'll probably get a better idea with her, but I think you have a good character here for the Ultimus Raid, and possibly even Dark Dimension 3. we'll see how that goes. But let me know down below, what do you guys think about Squirrel Girl? Are you guys using her? Are you guys just gonna pass on her? Oh, there's a lot of love-hate for Squirrel Girl out there. I think you either love her or you hate her. But let me know down below, what do you guys think about Squirrel Girl and the Ultimus Raid? Is it something you guys are gonna try out? Let me know. But as always, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more Marvel Strike Force content in the future. And I will see you guys next time.